Good evening, race fans. Welcome to the Dirt Racing Network and our live coverage. The American Dirt Series 360 Wing Sprint Cars. Tonight we go down to Georgia. Lanier Speedway. 29 Winged Warriors in attendance. Should be a fun one. This track race is so good. This should be a fantastic race here tonight. We'll have a little qualifying. We'll have a few heat races, about 4, I think, if I got my numbers right. A little B-main action, double time, and then we'll get to our 30-lap A-main this evening. See a lot of viewers in. Don't know which platforms you're in, but be sure you say hi. Then we'll see what platform you're on. Let us know where you're watching from. We've got a lot going on tonight. Trying to watch a Chili Bowl, trying to do all kinds of stuff. We're going to try not to be distracted. That's what we're going to do the most of. We're going to try not to be distracted tonight. We've watched every night this week, so, 5 for 5, sort of. May try to show up there tomorrow night. We don't know yet. Driving, where are you driving from and to in Australia? Oh my, well, it's daylight down there, so it's got to be pretty simple. I don't know, how hard is it to drive there at night? Because, isn't it just like giant wilderness everywhere? That's got to be weird. I've never been to Australia. I'd really like to go. But thanks to iRacing Dirt Outlaws TV for hollering out tonight. All right, qualifying time, ready to get after it. Let's see who's going to roll out for. I think Dean Reynolds is going to be our first to hit the dirt. Patrick Spangler beat him to the racetrack, so we'll see. Chuck Gentile, Josh Whiteman, Joseph Grandy, Andy Patton. Oh, man, they're all over the place. Chase Wolf is in here tonight. I haven't seen Chase Wolf in a hot minute. Let's see. Patrick Spangler will be about the first one to time in right here. He just hit the line. Not quick. Joseph Grandy, 13.2 seconds. Scotty T. I'm watching the Chili Bowl, and I am not cheering for any particular driver. Scotty T over on YouTube. Patrick Spangler now goes to the top of the chart. 13.12 bumps Grandy down to second. Let's go watch this driver right here. We see him in a bunch of series. Taylor Wineland, Sean Smith, Trevor Royer on track as well. Trevor Royer just crossed the timing line, and Trevor Royer jumped to 8th quick. John Helms is in the top 4, and he's about to complete lap number 2. 13.24 and a 13.25, so he stays the same. Royer goes up to 4th. Wineland, 25th quick, and he'll stay right there. Sean Smith just finished his first lap, and he got close. 6/100ths off of Patrick Spangler. We'll see what he does out of 4 for the second time. That is not a quicker lap. No, in fact, he slowed down a little about a 10.25. Ryan Scheidt, the only 2 I see not out, Trip Whitmire and Richie Gaines. And they're not getting out there because the session has ended, so we are going to get ready for heat races. Everybody's done qualifying. 10 drivers. We're going to have 3 heat races. Take a look at our starting grid. This is how we'll line him up for heat number 1. He was the quickest in the qualifying session, and he earns the pole for that first heat. The 39 of Patrick Spangler, and he'll have Joseph Grandy in the 518 on his outside. Taylor Wineland, the 25 car. Row 2 to the inside. Next 2, well, there's old Whiskers. Ernie Williams in the 91. Jesse Dacus should be the 7 car, not the 1. Jesse Dacus, row 3 inside with Randy Shreves, the 56 on the outside of that road. And then Chuck Gentile in the 88. Chase Wolf in the 5. That's row 4. Row 5 will be Chris Schaefer, the 23, and Matt Bailey, the 17. Looks like a 9 of our 10. We're waiting on the 5 of Chase Wolf inside that or outside that 4th row back there. Only driver yet to grid. You'll be back Monday night to race, won't you? Chase Wolf did not make the call, so he will not make the rollout. All right, man. Ready for that. I wish we had passing points on this. That would make it a whole lot more fun to be at the back of some of these heat races. All right, lights off on the pace truck. That means green flag this time around. Only driver that didn't make it out was the 5 of Chase. Well, I was looking forward to seeing Chase back on track. All right, pace truck dipping out of the way. Green flag in the air. We're underway. Heat race number 1. Good start for Spangler. They're going to be 2 wide behind Grandy and Wineland. Then they're 3 wide behind that. Williams, Shreves, Dacus is all back there. Somebody's in the fence out in turn number 4. It looks like Chris Schaefer. Oh, there's another one. There's a caution. Yeah, that one. We got to watch that one. Joseph Grandy and I think Taylor Wineland maybe made contact. Let's drone cam it. Wineland in deep, brought it up. Yep, just a little contact between the left front and the right rear. And that'll put a hurting on a race car quick. Behind that, a little bit before that happened, Chris Schaefer had an issue. Schaefer in the 9 car. Happens down in turn 3. This is headed up the backstretch here. Oh, yeah. 17 car. Right down. Matt Bailey came right down into that right rear. And he was able to keep it running and keep it moving. So we did not catch a caution. Plus, he was at the back of the field, so we didn't catch a caution. But the first official caution comes for Joseph Grandy and Taylor Wineland making contact in turn 2. So we'll reset them, get them ready to go. Spangler, Wineland, Shreves, Williams, Dacus, Gentile, Bailey. That's the 7 on track. Grandy and Schaefer off track, and Wolf never made the call out. So 8 to go. Looks like our pace truck's getting out of the way right here. Single file and a restart. And a pretty good start for everybody, and seeing about half the field go to the top shelf right away. Now they go to the bottom in 3 and 4. Williams 4th, Dacus 5th. Gentile's down on the bottom. He is losing spots back to 6th. Ernie Williams banging the boards. Got the right rear right up there against it. Let's see if we can get the drone cam to catch up with old Whiskers. Sparks flying off the back end of the car. Now contact with Shreves. He tried to go for it. No caution. He's just going to have to play catch up. Spangler's coming around to 3 to go, and he has led every lap, been pretty comfortable out front. He's running the bottom in 3 and 4 and about a lane up in 1 and 2, and nobody is making up ground on the 39. 2 to go that time by, still half a second to Wineland. Shreves is 3rd, Dacus is 4th. White flag this time. And Patrick Spangler cruising. Easy to a checkered flag. He'll win heat number 1. Wineland second. Shreves, Dacus, Gentile, Bailey, and the Williams rounding out the on-track cars. Grandy, Schaefer, and Wolf rounding out the official scoring for the field. So the first heat in the bag. Second heat gridding out on the front stretch, and we're going to line them up like this. It'll be the 20 of Sean Smith on the pole, and then the 90 of Trevor Royer will be on his outside in that front row. 77, Dustin Sargent next to the 3 of Tyler Lucy in row 2. 23 of Alex Jasinski. He has inside starting position in row number 3 next to Brad Waite in the 814. And then the 87 of Andy Patton and the 10 of Ryan Scheit in row number 4. And row number 5, the 73 of Larry Moody and the 27 of Trip Whitmire. Moved it too quick, so we'll reset it. Trevor Royer rolled off, but Sean Smith is having trouble getting that. There he goes. Now he takes it and rolls it away. All 10 cars made the call for this one, so 10 cars, 10 laps. Second of our 3 heat races. $20 drivers make it to the finale. We'll cut 10 loose after our heats and our 2B mains. All right. Royer, Smith, front row, pace car out of the way. Smith on the throttle, green flag in the air. Good start. Trevor Royer going to go all the way to the fence to start things off. Big run up the backstretch. Not quite enough to pull even, but he may get that run out of 4 and pull even on the front stretch. He does. Smith led lap 1, but he only led it by a foot or 2. Royer bumps the fence out of 2 and broke his momentum. He probably could have had the lead by 5 car lengths. Now he's going to be lucky to lead the lap, and he does it by half a car. This time Royer gets a good run out of 2. Clears Smith. Royer to the point. Smith is second. Sargent up to the 3rd spot. All the way to the outside again. Alex Scherzinski in that 23. Some of these guys grinding the bolts off the bead locks. Right out to the fence. That time Sargent slid it from the bottom to the top on the exit to 2, and he cut off the line for Scherzinski. Scheit is 5th, but Lucy is there, and he's working on him. Now loses a bunch of ground as Scheit gets a good run and starts working on Scherzinski. It's a little gap back to Patton, then Waite, Moody, and Trip Whitmire. Trip Whitmire took his car off the track, so Trevor Royer yarding the field. 1.65 seconds with 2 laps remaining. White flag, heat 2, one more time around. Royer so close to the fence that iRacing thought he took the wing off the top of the car for a second. Trevor Royer, heat 2 in the bag, and he took home the checkers. Sean Smith, Dustin Sargent, Alex Scherzinski, Tyler Lucy, Andy Patton, Brad Waite, Larry Moody, Ryan Scheit, and Trip Whitmire. And Scheidt lost everything about 2 laps before the end. He clipped the fence and died quickly. So we will get ready for our third and final heat race. And it'll be Gavin Chatham on the pole next to John Helms. Your second row, Rick Mayne. That's the 187 and the 24 of Josh Whiteman. Then Corey Jans in the 138. Dean Reynolds, the 79, making up a row 3. Your fourth row is Andrew Allen, the 14 inside. The 91 of Matt Grimm on the outside in the final row for the final heat. The 831 of Tyler Flynn next to the 11 of Richie Gaines. What's up, Chad? I'm trying to work it out so I can come see you boys tomorrow night. Chad Griggs checking in with us from Tulsa, Oklahoma. Kind of on intermission right now. It looks like they're doing a little track prep and getting things ready for tonight's feature race. So the 24 of Chatham and the 24 of Whiteman. Chatham, the red, white, and black car with the red numbers. And the other 24, that is Josh Whiteman, and he is in the black and blue machine. Last heat race of the evening. We'll move on to 2B mains after this. Pace truck is out of the way. Chatham holds him down as long as he can. Finally jumps on the throttle, and we get a green flag. Maine in the 187 squeaks through off the bottom row to grab second. And Helms is all the way against the fence, and he is trying to hang on to third, but Josh Whiteman put up a pretty good challenge right there from that inside row. They're side by side for third, coming out of turn number 4. Helms with a big run pulls alongside of Rick Mayne. Good battle. Top 4 here. Then it's Jans in 5th, and Grimm is up top in 6th. Dean Reynolds right beside him for 7th. Allen, Flynn at the back. Richie Gaines already off the track, and we're going back up front. Chatham alone at the point. Maine clearly into second by himself, but it's Helms and Whiteman side by side still. Five to go. Final heat of the evening. Battle somewhat settled for third right now as Helms clears Whiteman and gets into the position all by himself. Swear if I didn't know better, I would think he's trying to wreck that car every time coming out of 4 because he's got the right rear hanging in that opening right until the very last second. This time he wasn't even close. The last couple times he was really close to clipping that wall. Chatham and Maine still 1-2. It's a gap back to Helms, and Helms, I don't know what happened. Blinked out and took off. I don't know what happened to him. So Whiteman moves up to third. Jans in 4th. Grimm 5th. Reynolds 6th. Allen, Flynn. That's your top 8. No Helms, no Gaines on track. White flag this time. And Gavin Chatham has led it all the way from the drop of the green, and he is going to take it all the way to the wave of the checker. Wins heat 3. Rick Mayne 2nd. Josh Whiteman 3rd. Jans, Grimm, Reynolds, Allen, and Flynn in that order. So we'll get ready to start the first of our 2B mains. We'll run those, fill in the remaining drivers in the field. I'll tell you what, we got 12 cars. Yeah, that's about right. We'll probably have 11 for the next one. But it'll be Shreves and Whiteman on the front row. Whiteman finished 3rd in that last heat. So quick turnaround for him. Straczynski and Gentile in row 2. Grimm and Patton in row 3. Williams and Allen row 4. Moody and Schaefer row 5. And Helms and Whitmire in row 6. I don't think we are going to see a John Helms or a Trip Whitmire. So I think we're going to have 10 cars. They're going to be racing for, let me do the math in my head real quick. We took 2, 6, 7 spots. We already dumped 2, so we'll dump 3 more. And we'll fill in from row 4 on back on the inside for our feature from right here. "12 circuits. Moody, Schaefer, and Allen all need to come forward. Allen, A spot. Schaefer, 2. Moody, 3. So they want to be in tonight's 30-lap A main. Between this B main and the next B main, we'll tell you what's in store for next week here on the network. This pace truck is out of our way. Green flag in the air. Jockeying for positions, shaking and moving. Top 2 get away. It is a battle. Behind that, here we go. They are all kinds of turned around. I think I saw Larry Moody. Yeah, I'm going to say I think I saw the 73 car catch a piece of this. He's right back there with Patton. Catches that. Oh, yeah. Patton's right rear got tapped. The left rear got hooked by Moody. I think that was Andrew Allen. Yeah, that was Andrew Allen. They got a piece of the right rear off of Patton's car. So we got 2 laps in, and we'll catch a quick caution. We'll regroup the field and get ready to go again. I can tell you Sunday night, doubleheader. 8 Eastern. Mars and their pavement mini stock series. Only a couple races left in that series, and we'll follow that up with the season finale of the Aces Up Sim Sport Pro Challenge Series. 410 sprint cars. Final race of the season. The boys have one last shot to get some live practice in before the iRacing Pro Series race on Monday. And that'll wrap that season up. Green flag coming back out. Shreves with a good start. Whiteman hangs on to second. Straczynski went wide, and he got third. This time gets a little piece of the back end of the 24, getting into 3 and 4, and he almost had to give up a spot because he had to really fight to gather that car back up, and Gentile almost took it away. Straczynski gets it back. Gentile into 4th. Grimm is 5th. Patton is 6th. And there is a Whiskers, Ernie Williams. Sitting in the catbird seat, Bubble Boy for the moment, but I think he's about to move up a spot. He's going to put Patton on the hot seat. The 87 car. Last car in. He's got company there in the 9 of Chris Schaefer. And Andrew Allen's not giving up on this yet either. A lot of laps to go. Still 7 remaining. Whiteman and Shreves now going at it for the point. Whiteman out of 2. Takes the spot away. Shreves slides back to second. Straczynski still on the outside. Grimm down on the bottom. Gentile kind of in the middle. And Ernie Williams just trying to pick a line in behind him. And Williams will move to the top in 3 and 4 this time. Wave lap 5 to go. Watching the battle back near the back 2 or 3 spots here. Gentile is 6th. Chris Schaefer now is up to 7th. He got around Patton, so he is the bubble boy. He's in right now. One mistake, and he could be right back out. There's only 3 laps remaining. Whiteman. Comes a challenge from the 23 of Scherzinski. He squeaks by going into 3. Can he hang on to it? And can Scherzinski get by down the front stretch? Yes, he does. Alex Scherzinski to the point with 2 to go. Now Scherzinski stretching it out. He's getting great runs off the top side exits. White flag in the air. Scherzinski, Whiteman, Shreves. Williams is up to 4th. Grimm is right there in 5th. Then Gentile and Schaefer. And it's going to be Scherzinski with the win in B1. Whiteman, Shreves, Williams, Grimm, Gentile, Schaefer, the top 7. Andy Patton, Larry Moody, Andrew Allen, Trip Whitmire, and John Helms all on the outside looking in. So, we did it a moment ago. We'll do it again. And we'll line up our second and final B main like this. Dustin Sargent and Jesse Dacus on the front row. Corey Jans and Tyler Lucy in row 2. Matt Bailey and Dean Reynolds, row 3. Row 4 is Brad Waite and Joseph Grandy. Your 5th row, Tyler Flynn, Ryan Scheidt. And the final row for the final B main, Chase Wolf and Richie Gaines. And we're missing a couple, so we're going to go 10, looking for 7 again. No Tyler Flynn, no Chase Wolf. Well, boys, if you're not watching the Chili Bowl, they got them out on the front stretch. They're pushing them off for the feature tonight. Final qualifying night. We'll see who gets the top 2 and gets locked into that redraw or that bowl shuffle for tomorrow night. All right, lights are off. We're getting ready to go green here. 12 laps, 7 spots up for grabs. Pace truck's out of the way. Green flag. Big blink out of Dacus's car right there. He's back mid-turn 2. He'll keep second for the time being, but Jans is on the bottom, and Jans has got a good run through the middle of 3 and 4. Move Jans to second. Jans getting good launch out of the bottom of the corners. This time clears Dacus and makes a big run on Sargent out of turn number 4. Wow. He found something down there. 138 car. Launches right there. Man, he's getting a great run down the front stretch, and he'll shoot right to the lead. Into turns 1 and 2. If he can get that launch again here, he'll be clear by 3 car lengths coming out of turn 4. He didn't get as good a launch that time. I think he missed the entry a little bit. So good battle for the lead. Dacus is 3rd. Lucy 4th. Caution. We got a caution. And what do we got a caution for? Let's see if it's Matt Bailey and Brad Waite. Oh, contact right there. Yeah. And then he just gets into it late. So Bailey. I think Bailey and Grandy got together right there. So it looks like we're going to have 8 cars racing for 7 spots with about 7 laps remaining. Jans, Sargent, Dacus, Lucy, Reynolds, Scheidt, Grandy, and Gaines are the 8 cars. They're going to race for those 7 spots. Somebody just rolled it back on track. Was that Waite? Looks like Brad Waite. Sorry, folks. My nose just will not stop itching. It's like I rubbed itchy dust up in it. I don't know. Something stupid. Green flag back in the air. We are underway once again. This time, Jan's got a really good start. He's going to pull Dacus along. But that didn't last because Dustin Sargent got a run out of 2 and took the second spot back. Here comes Lucy up on the high side. Oh, my. He's got the 3-car wound up. He is making a lot of noise up there right now. He's getting some great runs on the exit. Pulled it all the way to third. Ryan Scheidt was following him through, and Scheidt went down a lane. Still manages to get around Dacus. Here comes Dean Reynolds in the 79 car around the top side of Dacus. He's trying to take a spot away. Right now, Joseph Grandy, the 518 car right there, that blue and white car is your bubble car. 3 to go that time by. They're side by side in front, and now Richie Gaines is poking his nose down, trying to take that 7th position away. 2 to go. Contact. Dacus and Lucy. One was coming up. One was coming down. And they go together. Out of turn number 4. And you see it right there. Tire to tire contact. Oh, the 518 got into that. Joseph Grandy got a piece. Lucy and Dacus are both hurt, and it looks like they're both sitting in the infield right now. So we're dwindling it away. Still going to be 2 to go. Ooh, who's upside down? 16 car upside down quickly over at the Chili Bowl. So it looks like Bailey, Flynn, and Wolf are out. Dacus is in the pits. Lucy rolled the car back onto the track. He's 8th. Brad Waite right now in the 814 is 7th. It's a 2-lap shootout. Seven of our remaining 8 are going on. We were scheduled for 12. 2 didn't make the start. We've lost 2 more. Pace truck headed in, 2-lap shootout. Green flag coming down. Let's go back and watch our bubble. That is the 8th place car of Lucy. 814 right in front of him is your bubble car. The 11 could be in jeopardy as well. White flag coming out this time. It's going to be Jans, Sargent, Scheidt, Reynolds, Gaines, and who's it going to be behind that? Grandy, Waite take the 7 spots. Lucy, Dacus, Bailey, Flynn, and Wolf are done for the evening. So they'll give them 5 minutes of warm-up. We're towing them off to the pit area over in Tulsa right now. Broken shock, probably a broken crosslink. Definitely look like they pulled part of the shock off of that one. I don't know. Maybe they're changing the shock only. Twenty drivers have made it into tonight's 30-lap feature race. Everybody out getting a few warm-up laps in right now. Real quickly, we talked about Sunday night. A doubleheader on Sunday, doubleheader on Monday. Dirt Slingers Racing League, Monday Night Thunder back in action. They'll start at 8 Eastern with round number 1 of 20 for the Jess and Jim Steakhouse, a big block modified series. And defending champ Dylan DeWert will be back in action to see if he can defend that title. And then they'll follow that up at 9:30 Eastern with the England Farms 360 wing sprint cars in week 1. That same show for week number 2, we'll see the big blocks in the early slot and the Rock and K Logistics 410 Outlaw Series. As that second show will alternate on a weekly basis back and forth between 360s and 410s. 2 separate series with separate points. And they alternate back and forth. So that's your Tuesdays. ERA always are, that's Mondays. ERA always on Tuesdays with their Pro Late Model Series. And then Truck Series on Wednesdays. And then we're back here on Fridays. Right now, Thursday's still up in the air. We do not know what is going to happen there. No decisions have been made as to whether or not the Netcode Esports Mighty Midgets are coming back yet or not. Well, let's get ready for our feature race in the lineup. 30 laps, 20 drivers. They'll line up with Patrick Spangler and Trevor Royer. The 39 and 90 cars on the front row. The 26 of Gavin Chatham next to the 25 of Taylor Wineland in row 2. Sean Smith and Rick Main in row number 3, and I think Sean Smith the 46 car and Main is the 187. The 23 of Szerzinski next to the 138 of Jans. Those guys coming out of your B mains. Everybody behind them came out of the B mains as well. Whiteman the 24, Sargent the 77. That's row 5. Row 6 is Shreves in the 56, and Scheidt in the 10 car. And then the 91 of Ernie Williams next to the 79 of Dean Reynolds in row number 7. Row 8 is the 91 Matt Grimm and the 11 of Richie Gaines. And your 9th row, the 88 Joseph Grandy and the 58 or the 88 of Chuck Gentile and the 518 of Joseph Grandy. And then that final row, Chris Schaefer the 9, Brad Waite the 814, and Waite held on to grab that final starting spot. About a 1.5 or 2 foot there in that last B main. So it's 30 left. Oh my gosh, that car is blowing up literally. It is on fire and it is burning down. Whew. Had to look over the chili bowl because that was a lot of red coming out of the side of that black car, and it was fire. Oil everywhere. Green flag, and we're underway. The American Dirt Series 360 wing sprint cars at Lanier. Oh, cars out of shape. That is going to be an ugly one if they get turned around backwards. They do not. They keep it going now. It's a pile up behind. These guys are everywhere at the back just trying to stay off of one another, and it was a chain reaction.
All right, man. Caution is out.
And caution. Ryan Scheidt has an issue, and I don't think Ryan, he got away. He had to do this in the next set of corners. He's in a sandwich. Jans and Whiteman both go, and now the steering broke on the 10 car, and he's going to get the one call for it. This started way before that. This started down in turn 3 on lap 1. There was a car sideways, and I want to say it wasn't Whiteman's 24. It was the other 24 car. Gentile's out. Main looks like he's out. Scheidt is out. Jans is out. Dean Reynolds, Richie Gaines, Josh Whiteman, and they're all rolling back. So light issues there. While we were watching that, Trevor Royer grabbed the lead and got to the line before Patrick Spangler on that second lap. So it is Royer, Spangler, Wineland, Smith, Scherzinski, Chatham, Williams, Sargent, Shreves, Grimm, Grandy, Waite, Schaefer, Reynolds, Gain, and Whiteman now.
Light you back on the pace car. We're not going green this time. We are not going green.
As we're going to hold the caution for one lap. Maybe two.
All right, man. Light you back on the pace car.
Yeah,
We're not going
pace
green.
truck's going to head back out.
Going green.
It'll pick the field up over here in turns 1 and 2. We'll get everybody sorted back out. Bringing a bunch of cars back on the track. You're going to have to wait a second. I think everybody's going to stay on the lead lap. I think the only car that's not going to be racing now is Chuck Gentile, the 88. 19 of them made it back to the racing surface, and the green flag comes back out. Trevor Royer with a fantastic start. He'll clear everybody by about 5-6 car lengths. Spangler and Wineland went at it for a moment, down in 1 and 2. Spangler up high, Wineland to the bottom. They do it in 3 and 4 once again. And this time Wineland has it by a car length. 45 of Sean Smith. Up to 4th, looking for more. Scherzinski is right behind that. Chatham was the car I saw get sideways on lap number 1. He is right there in that 6th spot. So he just got sideways, saved the car, and that kind of started a chain reaction. Back through the field a little further. Williams, Sargent, Grimm, Grandy is 10th now. He's picked up 8 spots since we dropped the green flag originally. And he's kind of knocked the front wing down on the car. Got into the push bar on the back of the 77 there. Shreves right behind that. And then Ryan Scheidt right against the inside wall in front of Schaefer. Gaines, Reynolds, Whiteman. Jans is all the way back to 18th. Rick Main behind him in 19th. Now Royer up front, and Trevor Royer, well, just doing Trevor Royer type things. He is getting away from everybody.
All right, man. Caution is out.
Caution. Richie Gaines. Did Richie Gaines have a crash? 11 car down on the bottom right here. Oh, got into the left rear of Schaefer. He got turned sideways far enough that triggered a caution, but he did not really wreck the car. So we'll slow things down a little bit again. Re-rack the field here behind Trevor Royer. Royer, Wineland, Smith, Chatham, Spangler. Then Scherzinski, Williams, Grimm, Schaefer, Sargent, Shreves, Grandy, Scheidt, Waite, Whiteman, Reynolds, Jans, Main, and Richie Gaines at the very back. So we'll double them all up. We'll get ready to go back to green. 21 laps remaining. Royer. Once again with a good start. Smith timed it up perfect, and he'll pull right up there to second. Patrick Spangler up against the inside wall on the inside of Wineland, and he could not make the pass. Wineland still 3rd. Spangler is 4th. Chatham is now 5th, and Ernie Williams, well, you know, you call him Whiskers because he likes to catfish the bottom. Usually he makes a light, and there he goes. Soon as I mention it, he won't go to the bottom ever again. He'll stay at the top. It's like he's listening, and he does it on purpose. I don't know. He's got a lot of company. Scherzinski, Grimm, Shite, they were 4 wide. Straczynski's going to pay the price there.
Man, caution is out. Caution is out.
Door was open, and Ryan Shite put the car in there. There we go. Now we found a place to look at the replay. Straczynski leaves just enough open at the bottom, right there. And Shite drove it in there, and then a little late close on it, and I think Ryan Shite was coming up the hill. Tippity tap. I don't know if it's damaged, but he did take it in to get it looked at immediately. Looks like he's going to be okay. He's coming right back out. Richie Gaines is also in here in the pits. Gaines rolling away. But the green flag is about to come out, so Gaines is going to be hard pressed to get to the end of pit road and get up to speed before the field gets back to him, but he'll give it a shot for sure as green flag comes back out with 18 to go. They are 3 and 4 wide again back here. Matt Grimm, Dustin Sargent, Dean Reynolds, Pat Spangler, Ryan Shite had tangle in there getting into 1 and 2. This is all back 5th, 6th, 7th place right here. Royer's about to get a challenge because Sean Smith, well, he's closed right in. He's pulled alongside, getting into and out of the corners, but he's just not able to hold it down the straightaways because that outside line has too much momentum. Halfway, 15 up, 15 down. Chatham to 3rd now. Wineland fading, falling back to 4th. He may lose more spots as he slams the door on Spangler down at the bottom. Spangler fighting to keep position, moves Wineland up the hill, takes the spot away, and now Wernie Williams is looking for a place to get around the 25 as Ryan Shite right on the inside wall trying to take the spot away as well. The other 91, Matt Grimm, the black and green car, is right there as well. This all inside the top 8. The battle at the front is tightening up. It's a quarter second. That's only a couple of car lengths. They're figuring it out. They're working it out. Everybody's getting a little bit of racing room now. We're going to be 10 to go this time by. Royer still a quarter second in front of Smith. Royer has the high side. Smith is exclusively running the bottom. And he's staying right there within a couple of car lengths. He closes up a 10th right there out of turn number 2. Gavin Chatham keeping himself in contention, running right through the middle of the racetrack. And now Smith inches ahead, but at the line, Royer takes the lead back. 8 to go that time by. Royer by a couple of cars. Spangler still 4th, running right on the bottom. Spangler usually the guy that likes these super duper slick tracks. We'll see if he's got anything left in the car. The last 5, right now he's 4th. And the top 3 within a quarter second. 1st to 3rd. 5 to go, wave lap that time by. Smith has stayed married to the bottom, and he is keeping the 45 car right there. Right where Royer can see it on the straightaways. Out along the very top, Trevor Royer is holding off Sean Smith. Now it's down to half a car length. Smith was alongside that time. We're coming to 2 to go. Top 3 have broken away from everyone else by over a second. Royer, modified slider line in 1 and 2. He goes all the way to the fence in 3 and 4. The white flag coming out this time. Who's going to get around and claim the checkered flag? They were dead even at the line. Royer needs to be perfect. Smith needs to be perfect. Who's going to pick up the win? Coming out of 4, it's going to be a dead heat. Smith by a nose. Royer second. Chatham third. Spangler and Scheidt 4 and 5. Sixth place was Wineland, Grimm in 7th, Williams 8th, Shreves 9th, Whiteman 10th, Jans 11th, Brad Waite in 12th, Grandy 13th, Main 14th, Schaefer 15th, Scherzinski 16th, 17th was Reynolds, 18th was Sargent, Gaines in 19th, and Gentile in the 20th and final spot. So we'll wait a minute for our drivers. See if we can get our top 3 to make it in here so we can chat with them. I got to assume that Logan Seavey just won tonight's qualifier or prelim. Yeah, he did. All right, here we go. Now we've got drivers. Time. Go down the lineup. Gavin Chatham, you got a copy?
I hear you.
All right, man, hard fought third, but at the end, that last 10 laps, man, you were right there knocking on the door. Just looked like the other two kind of had the best lines covered, and maybe you were hoping for a mistake.
Yeah, I was hoping Sean. I felt like I was a lot faster than Sean on the bottom there. I was just hoping that he'd slide up, I'd get underneath him, or I was hoping maybe he could we'd slide to the top and it opened. The car was rolling on the bottom really, really well. I was able to drive it anywhere really, but that bottom just was really hooked up. And but yeah, it was a great race to be in. I mean, we had all the top 3 cars all nose to tail right there battling, and it was a good, clean, fast race. But Trevor and Sean, man, they were like. Trevor would pull ahead a little bit, then Sean would pull ahead a little bit, and they were not one could break free from the other, so it never really opened up a line for me. So I was kind of stuck there. I tried the middle a couple times, and there was just nothing there. Kind of just kept spinning. So, but all in all, I mean, 2 races, 2 podiums. I can't be happier with that, and obviously to have this speed and be up there with some of the top guys, it definitely is feels really good.
Yeah, it looked like this track really didn't have any preferred line, and the grip, I don't know where you guys were finding any grip. This thing looked like it was just blown completely out, and you said you were spinning the tires a little bit. Did it matter where you ran?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I didn't try the top. I didn't feel comfortable up there, and I was definitely more comfortable rolling the bottom. But when I got in the middle there a couple times, I could carry some speed in, but then coming off, I could just feel that the car was spinning, and it just didn't feel like there was any bite there. Definitely the bottom I felt was the best, and for my car, the way it was set up, the bottom was the best. But there was definitely some places you wanted to be and not be, and I was kind of surprised by that for how slicked off the track was. I thought it'd be like kind of like a middle groove, kind of like rubber up a little bit, and just kind of just run the middle and keep your momentum up, and it was the complete opposite. Actually, there was 2, I would say good lines, I guess, but 2 distinct lines for a top and bottom, and it put on a heck of a show. I can't wait to go back and watch this broadcast.
All right, man, awesome run. Give me some shout-outs. We'll let you go watch the show.
I just want to thank you for doing an awesome job with the broadcast. I want to thank everybody with ADS, all the sponsors, admin, everybody that helps put this league on, allow us to come out here and race on a Friday night. I just want to thank FTM, Full Throttle Motorsports, Chatham Motorsports, My Chick Motorsports Design, Velocity Race Design, Northeast Outlaw Motorsports, Swan Speed Shop, gosh, I always forget everybody. Super Dare Car Series. I just want to thank all the sponsors, all the help. TPR Racing. I want to thank them guys. Want to thank the fans for coming out and watching, supporting these series, and you know, watching some good racing. And I want to thank my fans as well for coming out and supporting.
All right, man. Congrats on the run. We'll look forward to seeing you back next week.
All right, thank you. Have a great weekend.
You too. Gavin Chatham picking up third here tonight. Let's move on and talk to our second place finisher. Man, that was a close one, a half a tenth. And Trevor Royer, you fought hard on the top. It just looked like the very last 3-4 laps, you really couldn't get any forward momentum on the exits.
Yeah, man, the top was gone. It was absolutely gone, and I was just one lap too short, really. Sean ran a good race there on the bottom, and I knew even if I went down there, I wasn't gonna be running it as good, so I kind of stuck with what I know best, and I was kind of flirting with the cheating entry into 3, or just trying to enter high and rail it all the way around. And on the coming to the line, I didn't rail it all the way around. I feel like maybe I should have. I couldn't tell which was better. They're probably really close, but I mean, when the gap to the win was .038, maybe that would have made the difference. But otherwise, I mean, this is the best run I've had in this league this season. I think I've been struggling pretty bad with these really slick tracks when the top's gone, and I kind of rely on the top. So I'll take it. Good run. Otherwise, I think I led 28 or 29 of the 30. Just not the one that counted the most.
They always got to lead the last one to get completely satisfied. But all in all, great run. You did the same thing I think I see you do pretty much week in and week out. That guy just found something down there, and he snuck right by you. How long did you know he was there? I know he had to show you the nose a couple of times with about 10 to go. But, I mean, when you really knew he was there, when was that?
That whole time. I run a spotter, so the whole time down the straightaways, every straightaway, the spotter was saying that he was there, but he wasn't getting ahead of me. So I was like, all right, if I can just 4 to go, 3 to go, 2 to go, and then I got a little bit tight in 1 and 2. I think with 2 to go, and that definitely didn't help. And then coming to the line, I looked down and seen it said 2, and that was it. But yeah, pretty much the second half of that race, I knew he was there. Just tried to outdrive him, and I think the top just went away a little bit more than I needed it to be able to hold on to that one.
Well, an awesome run nonetheless. Second place finish, man. Shout-outs, thank yous, and we'll let you head out.
My team, Black Diamond Motorsports, Ultimate Dirt TV, Drew Neal, 19 Designs, Tim's Dirt Track Simulators. I know a couple guys are at the Hillbilly High Banks tonight for Chili Bowl. Hopefully Tim starts feeling a little better. He can start taking the simulators out next year. And you, Roger, for putting on the broadcast. Cody for running ADS. ADS has pretty much been around as long as DSRL, so that's pretty cool. To be one of the OGs in both of those leagues, still being able to run up front and challenge for wins. Congrats again to Sean on the win. Well deserved. He was. I think I got the better of him in the heat race, but he got me back in the feature. So congrats to him and everybody watching. I hope we put on a good show.
All right, man. Thanks for chatting with us. Congratulations on a great run, and I'll look forward to seeing you hopefully Monday night.
Sure will. Thanks, Roger.
That is Trevor Royer. He picks up a second place finish this evening here. And now we'll move on, and we won't grab that guy. We'll grab this guy, and we'll talk to the winner tonight. He did not get the win in the heat race, but the guy that he lost to, well, he snuck back by him on the last lap of the feature and kind of gives him a little what for right there. I'll let you win when it doesn't pay. Sean Smith, great job staying locked in on the bottom and sneaking that one away from Mr. Royer there.
Yeah, I mean, I was just running the bottom the whole race. I knew the lower power car would end up being good on the bottom. So threw some wing in the back. Was trying to find some grip, and it ended up working there on the last lap for me. I mean, we were side by side for like 15 laps. Just he'd pull ahead because he had all that drive out of the corner. Noticed it started wearing off on the exit, and that's when I started to kind of throw my car into the bottom more and throw it in harder. And just got real lucky. He got tied on the last lap and secured the first place spot for us just barely.
Did you know that you had company behind the last 6 or 7 laps right there and how close he was?
Yeah, I could hear him the whole time. I knew me and Trevor were blocking him for probably the last, probably about 10 laps. I mean, I knew he was there, just I didn't realize he was that close until I looked at the replay after.
Yeah, the three of you broke away, and it was really a side-by-side battle, but Gavin got up there, and I think he was just waiting for a mistake out of one or the other of you so he could go grab the line and see if he could get around you. But you guys did a great job. You raced side-by-side forever right there. And, Trevor's a tough customer. You had to really stay laser-focused those last few laps.
Yeah, I mean, I was just racing my heart out right there, trying to steal it from him, and I think I just raced a little bit harder than him and ended up stealing it.
Well, how you can go and you can tell him you win heat races for show, but you win features for dough, buddy.
Yep.
Pay window don't open until we get to the feature, man. Give me some shout-outs and some thank yous, and we'll let you head out and celebrate.
Everyone at Inferno, 25 Race Designs, Far Cinematography, and all the guys that throw this together. Trevor for, having a great race, and Gavin for, being patient with us and not really banging up on us any.
All right, man. Awesome run. Congrats on the win. I'll look forward to seeing you back next week.
Me too.
Sean Smith picking up the win here tonight. And a great race, man. Those guys put on a fantastic race. Top 3. Put on a great last 10 laps for sure. Hope everybody enjoyed that. Want to thank you for being here. Without you, there's no reason for us to do this. Without all the awesome leads giving us great racing like we saw again tonight, there's nothing to cover. So pats on the back, high fives all around. Until we see you guys the next time, which I hope is Sunday evening. Make sure that you tune in for all of that. Peace and love to everybody. Keep the rough side facing down. You got to keep it dirty at all.